Hello everyone. This is take two of this because we did this last night and I then looked at it this morning and was like, okay, we need to redo this because God, I it was awful. We rambled so much. So hopefully we'll get
Yeah.
this much more precise and succinct. So let's get on with it. This is the predictions for WrestleMania, and we're going by match. We're choosing who we want to win, not who we think we will win. We want so there's no. We might do extra bit where we say who we think we're gonna win, but I'm not so sure. I think I just want to do who I want to win. Anyway, let's get on. First of all, Gunther versus Jay. We've both got Gunther for this, haven't we?
Yeah. Want Gunther. Gotta vote for my countrymen.
He's just a Gunther is amazing, and I think Jay's not there yet. He would do better to stay as Intercontinental Champion.
My issue with Jay is they should have pulled this trigger so much sooner, but all the prestige of main event Jay Uso kind of died out. He's not even in the main event of Mania now. No, I'm sorry. Leave it on Gunther a little longer.
Okay. Anyway, number two, War Raiders versus New Day.
It's time for the New Day. Yeah.
They don't need it. They don't need it. The War Raiders
They
can
don't
build.
need it, but yeah, but the
War
War
Ra-
Raiders
it
have
could,
done
we
nothing this
could
tag
build. You could
champs.
build the War Raiders up a bit more, and then give it to a new up and coming heel team. The New Day are the longest standing tag team champions. They don't need another run.
Uh,
Anyway,
New Day doesn't need another run. Heel New Day does. Next.
Rey Mysterio Jr. versus El Grande Americano.
All right. Now, this one's going to be a hyper specific one. I want Ray to win, and I want Americano to get demasked during this and be someone completely unrelated to Chad Gable. Like, obviously, Chad's got to start it, assuming that it is him under the mask. The real one goes under the ring, comes back out, gets hit with whatever Ray needs to win the match, demasked, and then we go a few weeks before El Grande returns. So, but for this to work, it needs to be Ray to win.
Right. I'm gonna go El Grande.
Tiny
Oh,
Fox.
what the fuck happened there?
You look like an action
There we
figure.
go.
Big Fox.
I'm not an action figure. It's not like you can flex me.
Where is it?
Flexing
Where is
Fox.
it? I lost it.
Yeah, anyway.
Oh, there was the button.
Okay. Sleepy. I made you sleepy, do I?
No, I'm trying
Anyway.
to turn off my shocked face.
Um,
Um. Either way, carry on.
so we got a Grande Americano. I don't know why I just want El Grande to win. I think this was
I
the
will
one.
say, I don't want the end of El Grande to be here.
Yeah.
But
well, you got this
I
whole
have this
build up.
specific desire.
You got this whole build up where he went all the way to train to learn and find what he needed. So
the dark art of lucha libre, and there haven't been any dark arts yet.
And then next match, which is the one I care the least about, Rey Mysterio. No, sorry, that was the last one. Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
I want it to be Naomi. I want Naomi to win this against Jade.
Like I said, this is one I care the least about, and so just so that it's either or, I'll go with Jade Cargill.
To be fair, I think you're going to be right in this one. Next.
Next up, the megastar L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Versus. Well, we don't need to say who's versus because I think both. Oh no, this isn't this. This is Jacob Fatu.
Yeah. Fatu.
And I think we both got Fatu for this, haven't we?
Yeah, we both want Fatu. Right. It's also one of the few ones where I think what I want is what they're gonna do.
Okay, now next is Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair.
Now we're at the one I care least about.
Yeah, I think we both said the end Tiffany, right?
Yeah, Tiffy time.
Okay. Right. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
I'm still so torn on what I want for this one.
Well, what I've got
Genuinely.
down, I've got down is you got the tribal chief.
Yeah, but I also have kind of changed my mind. I'd
Again,
flip a
you
coin.
changed your mind about 4 times last night.
Yes, I'm aware.
Right, I will go first then because I know who I want to win this. They've given this the only reason this is in the main event is simply because CM Punk wants to be in the main event of WrestleMania. So let him win it. Let him finish this
Alright.
and get rid of it, and we never have to hear about it again. For clarity, I like Punk as a wrestler. I
That's the
don't
best way
like
to describe
Punk
it.
as a person, and the
I don't know if I like him as a person. I don't like what he has done while he was in AEW, the whole thing. I personally believe that genuinely there should have been a court case. Uh,
anyway.
but either way, like as an individual, I'm sure I would not dislike Punk if I ever got to meet him. I like him as a wrestler. I don't like him as a businessman.
Okay, anyway,
That's it.
do you want to give your answer? Because the whole point of this was we're trying not to ramble, and you're rambling.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I'm stalling.
I know you are, but you
For the
can't.
sake of staying different, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna stay on Roman.
You're going to have your tribal chief?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't actually. I don't know if I want Roman, but like I want Roman more slightly than the other two because then next year it could be well. All right, Punk has main evented Mania. Now he needs to win at Mania, etc., etc., etc.
And
So, yeah.
there. Okay, now on to night 2. And the
Oh, do we want
first
to?
match of
Do we
night
want to
2.
do who we think is actually losing that match since it's a triple threat?
Sure. Who do you think losing it? You know who I think is losing it.
I think Rollins eats the pin.
I think the one who could take the pin and carry on being the biggest heel, because he's still a heel, I'm sorry. The way I was watching the promos, he's still a fucking heel, is Reigns.
Yeah. All right, now we can move on to night 2.
Okay, night 2. Uh, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley.
Io Sky.
I know you want
Like,
Io,
yeah,
and you know who I want, don't you?
yeah. Usually the one I would want.
She is by far, at the moment, my favorite female wrestler.
Yeah,
And
you're
that
gonna say it.
is Rhea Ripley. Give her back the belt.
Mommy, 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 mommy.
Fuck's sake. I
but
don't have a bonk
I
bat. I need a bonk bat where you start getting fucking.
but in all seriousness, like normally 99% of the time I would want Rhea, but the entire build for this match has made me go, I want it to be Io.
There. Okay. Match 2 is Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria.
Okay, maybe this is the match I care about the least actually between all nights of Mania.
Fair enough. Um, so who
I
do
mean,
you
you
have?
know, the women's mid card titles mean nothing when what the only one that's on Mania is tied into the tag titles match. That being said, I'm voting for the women of New Day, or not New
The
Day. Goddammit,
Judgment
Judgment
Day.
Day.
Yeah, we both have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now
Yeah.
the one where we don't really need to know who it's versing because he can go fuck himself and there's an obvious answer to who anyone with a brain would want to win. AJ Styles versus the Maverick, Logan Paul.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We want the phenomenal one.
Yeah, it's Styles. Flat Earther extraordinaire, AJ Styles.
For someone that flies as much as he does, you think he'd know better, anyways.
Anyways, but next is Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn versus Dominic. And I'm actually changing my answer on this one.
Let me guess. You
I'm
have
going
a
with Breaker Maths. I'm going
129.2% chance of changing your mind.
I have go with Breaker Map, yes. I go with
Ah,
Breaker Map, I have to. Because it's glorious.
I
Like,
was so
he's not his
torn, but like,
uncle, but it is glorious.
yeah, like if he could have hit it with as much fluidity as his uncle did, it would guarantee changing my mind.
But also, his
I just
uncle
still
had
really,
a lot more time. He was in his twilight years of his career when he did Dynamax. Braun is still
yeah,
new.
but you know his nephew's. I mean, this isn't even the first time he's referenced it. He's been practicing that in the mirror
Yeah.
for years. There's no way he hasn't.
Anyway,
Anyways, uh, I'm gonna stay on Penta for the sake of being different,
fair
and
enough.
I really want Penta to win it.
No, I want Breaker.
Now, once again, who do we think eats the L?
Uh, Dominic or Finn screws the other one and they lose. So Dominic or Finn.
All right, well,
I don't know
all
which
right,
one I
well,
want to lose.
uh, I'm gonna say I'd rather see Dominic eat the L. Now, when we're watching our live results, I'm sure we're going to give our actual what we think is going to happen. And with what I think is going to happen, I have a completely different take in this match, but we're going to save that for later. Next.
So the next one is Damien Priest versus my sort of kinsman, Drew McIntyre.
Drew, Drew,
Yeah,
Drew,
we both
Drew.
want Drew. Nothing against Damien Priest. He's a brilliant
I love
wrestler and a phenomenal promoist,
it. Has
but
been a year.
it's Drew.
It's been a year. Drew needs his vengeance. Finish the story, Drew McIntyre.
Anyway, the next one's going to be slightly different because we're going to give who we think is going to win, and we also have to give who we think is going to be in the match. Because the next match is Randy Orton versus to be announced. Now, do
Yeah.
you remember what you said?
I know last night I said the two I would like to see be his opponents are either Nick Aldis or I believe his name is Jeff Cobbs, who's a recent free agent from New Japan that like bounced while being a champion, which tells me he's been called to fulfill a different contract on a hurry. And I don't know who I'd rather see it be, but I'm gonna
Well,
go. I want to see it
yesterday
be
you.
Aldez
Yeah,
because at least in that case, there's a little bit of build. It makes a little more sense, and I'm more familiar with Aldez just from old clips of TNA than I am with Cobbs. I haven't looked up Cobbs. I haven't been able to watch New Japan in years. But I saw another rumor this morning, and I
okay.
don't know if I want it more.
Which one's that?
Rusev, the return of
Ooh,
Rusev,
that
and
would be a good one.
I think I'm going to stay on Aldez, but with Aldez being the one I want to see facing Randy at Mania, it's got to be Randy who wins because you bury Randy to have a GM character beat him at Mania.
Fair. So then the next bit. So for my one, I last night I could not think of who I wanted to think. I couldn't think of anything, so I made a joke, and I think I'm going to keep with the joke, which is it's Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal in Punjab Prison Match Part Two, and Randy wins.
Uh, so we both have Randy at least winning this. Now I will say 90% chance my opinion would change with predictions that if it's someone debuting, they're gonna win. But
Yeah,
for right now, this is what I would like to see happen at Mania. And that's
yeah,
what this show's about.
yep. And the last one is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. And even more now, I am sure my answer. I just
Yeah.
rewatched
The,
all the promos, and holy shit, yes, I wanted to win.
yeah. The
But
last time is now.
he needs
John
it.
Cena.
He needs
Ba,
it.
ba, ba, ba.
He breaks the record championships. He beats uh there.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun
Flair.
fact.
He beats Flair's
Uh
recognized championship wins because
yeah.
actually it's more like 30 something. But
I thought it was 20 something.
was it 20
Side note
something? I can't
also,
remember.
if you want to get super technical, another friend of mine, also named Fox, looked this up recently. Cody is listed as being the holder of 2 titles, which means Cena would not be what is it? What is it supposed to be 17 or 18?
17.
Yeah, so he'd actually be 18-time champion by this technical count because Cody's labeled as a double champion right now.
Oh, wow, okay. Cool.
So thoroughly break Flair's record.
Yes. But anyway, yeah, we both want Cena to win.
Yes.
By the way, I would like to point out, I called heel Cena at the start of that night. I said, wouldn't it be fun to have heel Cena? And what happened?
Yeah. We got heel Cena.
We
I'm
got
not gonna
heel
say
Cena.
I'm not gonna call wouldn't it be fun as a prediction, but I'm not gonna take it away from you either. But yeah,
I
there's
predicted
our
it.
predictions.
Yeah, those are our predictions. And
Well,
instead of a
those are our
45-minute
votes.
video, we got a 16-minute video.
Excellent. So this will go up, and you know what? We have time. You want to do an actual predictions?
Nah.
Okay. Save that for the live result.
Yeah, we'll do.
Viewing
What
thing.
we'll do is we'll do live results. We'll have our predictions. These are the predictions we have for the forfeits. Which that's the other bit. We are doing forfeits for this. Basically, the person who gets the least points, the winner basically gets to choose their forfeit. Which I would.
Penalty for us Americans.
Yes, but anyway. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to make Kenny do if he loses, but it's going to be fun. Maybe more
We'll
dirt
figure it out
soda.
when we get there. No. I still have like 2/3 of that bottle sitting next to my table.
Throw it away.
I will later.
Right, anyway, that was our predictions, and we will see you for WrestleMania on Saturday. Bye.